Alright, picture this. Imagine you're having a conversation with a close friend of yours, one you really care about, and they're telling a story about how well they went on their game of soccer on the weekend. They're rambling on about how many tackles they made and the goal that they scored, but then one of their teammates interjects and tells them that he was lying, or he didn't tell you about the kick that he missed, or wasn't really sharing the whole story. Not a great friend, right? This hypothetical is the concept behind the dangers of only a single story, as it highlights the necessity of multiple different perspectives, as well as what narratives can teach us in any given situation. Shakespeare's play Othello and Ayard Akhtar's play Disgraced, while both coming from two extremely different contexts and both placed in opposing settings, they both bring so much to the table, offering us a new perspective to the argument. We have a lot to gain from both of these texts. In Othello, Shakespeare acts in alignment with the context in which he wrote the play, 1600s Europe. The particular time period did not take kindly to outsiders, and in both Othello and Disgraced we see the concept of the other come into play. In Shakespeare's play, Othello is the victim of racial judgment and disposition as a result of his religion, and when Iago comes to address Brabantio about her daughter's newfound relationship with Othello, he doesn't do him any favours. I am one, sir, that comes to tell you, your daughter and the Moor are now making the beast with two backs. This narrative of abuse is a cornerstone theme in Othello, and extends even to frequent deception of Othello. This deception plays strongly into how Othello is seen by other people, the lens through which he sees society, and how he reacts to the world around him. Othello suffers from blindness due to the deception of his peers, simply because of him coming from a different religious background. Shakespeare is seemingly encouraging this concept of the other in his play, so as to appeal to the prejudices and predispositions of his audience during his lifetime. Disgraced offers a different point of view on how minorities in the religious and racial context fit into a contemporary and rapidly changing Western society. Ayard Akhtar intends for Disgraced to educate and inspire a different way of thinking about these key unfurls and self-reflective questions. Disgraced has a very strong concentration of alarming, brash and confronting lines, one being when Amir is asked if he felt religious or nationalistic pride during 9/11. He responds, "If I'm honest, yes." This line, as well as many other jarring lines throughout the play, are designed to incite self-reflection on how the point of view through which we observe the world affects our judgment, shaping our world. It employs didacticism as a literary technique, but not in a conventional way. It delivers a very clear but unusual message. Amir in this case feels pride because of his upbringing, which drives a wedge between his American peers who feel very differently around 9/11, further enforcing this theme of underlying judgment, deception, and prejudice towards the other. Observe the context difference between Othello and Disgraced, and yet just how similar these two pieces are. They are addressing a problem seemingly timeless, 400 years apart, and the other is still present in our lives. The other is a concept present in mankind since there were three people on the planet. People will cheat, deceive, and hurt a minority in favour of the majority. Disgraced and Othello show what the effects of these tendencies are in a vacuum, and they are intended for the world to explore themselves in the different contexts of each and every person's daily lives. Having different perspectives on issues that we explore in our everyday lives is essential to ensuring we make the right decisions whenever possible. I encourage you, next time you go to Broadway, or see a movie, or even read a book, have a deeper look into the narrative of the text. I think you'll find it worth your time.